Hey, it's Mr. Johns, and welcome back to this episode of Hot Wheels Mustangs. In previous episodes, we've covered the 1968 custom Mustang that came out in 1968. Of course, that was one of the original 16, also known as the Sweet 16. We then talked about the 1970 Boss Hoss Silver Special and some of the club information. The only way to get that car was through by joining the Hot Wheels Club. That car currently is going for, at least the whole club kit currently going for $4,200 on eBay. And 1971, the same car but not chromed, the Boss Hoss, was available. 1975, we had the Mustang Stalker out in 3 different color combinations, of which I have all 3. 1976, I only had in the episode of 1976 episode, I only had the orange and magenta striped car, and I was at that moment involved in an eBay auction and was happy to win that thing, and the car just arrived today. So that car is the red, white, and blue Super Chrome series car with red line tires. Now, here's a dilemma for sure that I wanted to bring up, and that is in 1976. This was the last year of these tires having the red stripes. However, in 1977, the Shohas 2 came out in either the all black wheel tires, or some had the red wheel tires. And my Mustang Stalker that has black wheels, I know it's a 1977 because it was not available in black wheels previously. However, it also was available with the red line tires that year. So probably leftovers from 1976, but it came out in 77. So the car that I just received today, this one here, if you flip it over and look at the base of the car, it tells you the first year the car was created. That's when they made the mold. And so it might say, as a matter of fact, let's look, Mustang Stalker came out in 1975. So it will be marked either 74, which is probably when they made it, or 75. But I would guess 74. So every base of the Mustang Stalker will say 1974. So, and if you look on eBay, a lot of times you'll see a car that you know didn't come out in 1974 because it's a newer paint scheme or something unique about the vehicle. It could be a 1984 car, but someone will be selling it on eBay as a 1974 because all they know is on the base it says 1974, and they don't know. They don't understand how this works. And so the base is stamped the year that they made that mold, and they use the same mold over and over and over again until they came up with a new mold, which in some cases they didn't do. So have to be really careful with that. So the dilemma again is my Mustang Stalker Super Chrome with red line tires. Is it a 1976 or is it a 1977? I don't think I can answer that. That is the real dilemma. If I had to guess, I'd say it was a 1976 and it was just a leftover that they packaged and put in the 1977 line of cars. So does it really matter? It bugs me a little bit, but in my collection, where do I put it? What year do I put it? Well, I know it has red line tires, right? And I know every car in 1976 had red line tires. Therefore, there's probably a better chance that it belongs in the 1976 line. And that's where it's going to stay. And I am not going to buy another one because I won't know. I mean, I could buy another one and put it right next to this one and say, well, this one's a 1977. I don't really know. And maybe I will, because it will show that there was a variant. There was a car that did have the red line tires in 1977, but that's later on when I'm starting to really needing to fill in all the little gaps of anything that I'm missing if I ever get that far. So I'm not sure if that will happen. So 1979, I want to cover that in this episode as well, because there is just one car, and it's the Show Haas, and we saw the yellow Show Haas previously, and let's just go back and take a quick look at that. It was the Show Haas 2 in the Flying Colors series, and it came with or without red line tires, and it was only available in yellow. 1979, it came out in yellow or green. So now instead of the Flying Colors series, it's in the Drag Strippers series, and the green one, and by the way, these are both the same car. I just happened to take this photograph in an unusual lighting on a black shelf, and it really shows the lime green color, which I really liked. So I included that on this website. And here's another kind of one of those dilemmas as a collector. The other Show Haas 2 in 1979 is yellow, and it looks exactly like the one the year before. So is it worth buying two and putting one in this year and one in this year, not really knowing which came out in which year? They're just both the same. That's a dilemma for a collector, you know. So for now, I am just keeping the green one. Now the green is different because it says Mustang 2 on the side, whereas the yellow one did not say that on the side. So it was just yellow. And so 1979, there was a green and a yellow Show Haas 2. So if you're collecting Hot Wheels, any kind of Hot Wheels, you understand the dilemmas. So once in a while you come up with a situation like that and you're just really not sure what to do. And as a collector, it's really hard to find the true answer and what year some of these actually came out. And I use the Hot Wheels Wikipedia. I have books, I have other websites, I have websites of clubs that collect this stuff seriously. Really, and they all contradict each other. I don't think really any of them have the truth on their side. I would expect maybe published books would have the most accurate lists, but ironically, some of the books I have published by some of the experts in the field are missing a whole bunch of cars that I know should be on the list, and they're not. So I don't know what happened. So I use the Hot Wheels Wikipedia because it's updated by the community. Like myself, I can go on and I can update information. Now that's kind of risky. Or is the information accurate if it's updated by anybody? Well, that's kind of how a Wikipedia works, right? You kind of trust that people are doing the research. So you still can't take it for solid fact, but I had to make a decision on what source I was going to use. I couldn't use all the sources because they contradict each other too much. And so I chose just to use, and I even have a disclaimer at the top of my page here, which, by the way, is hotwheelsmustangs.weebly.com at this point, hotwheelsmustangs.weebly.com. And there's a disclaimer here that says, no one source has proven reliable or accurate, so I mainly use the Hot Wheels Wiki and rely on the community of collectors to get it right. So, I think there probably are enough serious Hot Wheels collectors, especially with the Mustang, people that take it seriously, and they have these cars in their collections, that the facts are probably pretty good. So it's part of the adventure and part of the challenge. So anyway, I hope you're collecting some Hot Wheels on your end and having fun with Hot Wheels cars as I do. It's a fun hobby, whether you're playing with them or collecting them. Super fun. And in the next episode, we'll talk about 1980 and a brand new car that Hot Wheels Mustangs fans hadn't seen before. So for now, Mr. Johns is out.